non-communicable diseases in Africa, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun orders resignation of cabinet members not joined in 2023. Plus, activities marking 2021 Ogun Swan Week celebration commences. As worrisome and alarming, the pace at which the future of Africans is threatened by the rising non-communicable disease burden, inadequate medical infrastructure, and brain drain experienced by the continent. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony of the African Medical Center of Excellence, Abuja, aimed at propelling the nation's capital into a hub for medical services, the president said no nation prospers without a healthy population. State House correspondent Dabo Sambo has more.
An estimated $300 million is to be expended on the 500-bed Medical Center of Excellence funded by the African Export-Import Bank in partnership with the Nigerian government as well as the King's College Hospital, London. Conceived to promote intra-African medical tourism, the project is seen as one step further towards achieving self-reliance for Africa's healthcare delivery.
Today represents more than just the groundbreaking ceremony for a landmark hospital project that will significantly transform the healthcare sector in West Africa.
President Buhari described the Abuja Medical Center of Excellence as a fitting response to the prevailing situation where many hospitals in West Africa are underfunded, under-equipped, and relatively inaccessible to most patients, especially from the rural areas.
The Africa Medical Center of Excellence represents a return to fundamentals and the understanding that there is no African development agenda without able-bodied Africans to execute on our vision of transformation.
The President and Chairman Board of Directors of Afrexim Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, described as unacceptable that more than 300,000 Africans travel to Asia alone annually for medical tourism, spending over $5 billion, and Nigeria in particular accounting for $1 billion of that expenditure. The groundbreaking ceremony was performed on behalf of the President by the Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Ihanere, supported by the Minister of the FCT, Muhammad Musa Bello. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Federal government workers in Ogun State this Monday participate in the compulsory verification of their credentials as directed by the head of service of the Federation. Anthony Gandon reports that the 3 NTA stations in Ogun State were among the MDAs that took part in the exercise.
The federal government workers in Ogun State converged on the Federal Secretariat of Abeokuta for the mandatory verification exercise directed by the head of service of the Federation, which was captured by the officials of the Integrated Personnel Payroll Information System, IPPIS. NTA staff from Abeokuta, Ijebu-Ode and Imeko converged on the Secretariat led by the General Manager NTA Abeokuta, Mrs. Fumi Wakama. The workers took their turn to present their original documents before the IPPI's staff for verification.
It's been very orderly. It's been smooth. A lot of our staff came well prepared. So it's been so fast, People hardly spend
their thoughts.
The exercise is very fast, and the people there are polite.
The screening went successfully. In as much I have every requirement they require. So everything went smoothly.
Though you move from one table to the other, but if you have all the required documents, it's very fast.
Officials of the IPPIs who conducted the exercise for federal government workers explained the benefits of the exercise to include facilitation of automation and storage of personnel records to support monitoring of staff emolument payments against the budget, prevent wastage and leakages. In Abeokuta, Anthony Gandun, NTA News.
Media organizations and journalists in the country have been urged to remain committed to their professional ethics and responsibilities so as to contribute meaningfully to the growth of the society. The Special Advisor to President Muhammad Buhari on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, gave the advice at the 30th anniversary of Prestige Community Newspapers in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital. Lekon Bode reports.
It was indeed an occasion to celebrate 3 decades of doggedness, determination, and commitment to serving humanity, weathering the storm through balanced journalism and tireless news reportage at the community level. Dignitaries gathered for the event to appreciate the contributions of the prestige newspapers, a community-based media outfit in Abeokuta, as some distinguished individuals and groups in the field of journalism and other areas of endeavors were honored with distinguished awards for their contributions during the course of the year. Keynote speaker, special advisor to the president, media and publicity, Femi Adesina, who was represented while saluting the doggedness of prestige newspaper in the past 30 years, urged the media, especially at the community level, not to compromise standard, but continue to serve as a link between the government and grassroots for national development.
It is the very, very source of development, and people need information, useful information that they can use to promote their economic activity, be better citizen, and contribute to national development.
The publisher, prestige newspaper, Dada Olanikpekun, says the newspaper provides opportunities and platforms to serve and contribute to societal development.
Challenges in terms of sustainability, challenges in terms of financial resources. I've never been able to get a single library for the past 30 years, simply because I balanced my stories.
The award is for the chapel, and of course, it shows that we are doing something that is right, and that we should continue to do what we are doing for us to be able to be celebrated more than this.
It's going to, actually spur us to do more, and also to not to deviate away from our objectives as a news medium.
This will encourage me to write more investigative stories that will have an impact on the people.
The event also witnessed the unveiling of the 38th anniversary edition of the prestige newspaper Health Talk and Security Tips. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbode, NTA News.
Former Director General, Nigerian Broadcasting Commission, NBC, Professor Armstrong Idachara, has tasked humanitarian organizations such as the Rotary Club to always support the four-way test of the Rotary Club, which he says is similar to the broadcasting code guiding the operations of Nigerian broadcast media. He stated this at the investiture of the chapter president, Rotary Club of Ladering Hilltop, District 9110, Abeokuta, Rotarian Victor Eniola Mack. Jimmy Dalimo reports.
Speaking on a lecture entitled Finding a Balance Between the Broadcast Code and Making a Commercial Radio Station Thrive in Present Nigeria, former Director General of National Broadcasting Commission, Professor Armstrong Idachaba, says commercial radio stations in the country should at all times ensure that their operations are in conformity with the core values of Rotary Club, which borders on truth, fairness, building goodwill and better friendship, as well as being beneficial to all parties. He said these principles are also captured in the Nigerian Broadcasting Code of Ethics for media practitioners. He cautioned radio stations in Nigeria to stay away from broadcasting unverifiable information, but rather broadcasting only facts based on truth, accurate statistics, devoid of manipulation.
There are four tenets, principal tenets of the broadcast of the Rotary International. Is it fair to all concerned? Will it breed goodwill and understanding? Is it the truth? These are ingrediential. These are very basic and elemental to the ethics of broadcasting.
The four-way test, what is called the Rotary four-way test, to the broadcast code. Everybody knows that broadcasting is all about truth, fairness, balance, and that's basically what Rotary talks about.
A media executive and real estate developer, Victor Eniola Mark, was decorated as the charter president, Rotary Club of Ladering Hilltop, District 9110, with a charge to use his wealth of experience and influence to further advance the cause of humanitarian development in his capacity as president.
More of service, basically, to the people around Ladering and Hilltop, but more of giving back to the community and urging my network of friends to do the same. First of all, we identified the Ladering Health Center, which we are passionate about, and we look forward to revamping. I urge all and sundry to give as much as possible to improve the lives of people, end polio, and of course contribute to potable water anywhere, everywhere in the world.
High points of the occasion include induction of chartered members and board of directors, as well as award of excellence to former Ogun State Governor Otunba Gbenga Daniel, who was represented for establishing the Ladiri and Obasanjo Hilltop Estates, among other personalities. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has directed all 7 political appointees with 2023 political ambition in the state to resign on or before January 31st, 2022 to pursue their dreams. A statement by the Chief First Secretary to the Governor, Kunle Shomori, said the directive become expedient to avoid observed distractions and loss of focus in the discharge of their responsibilities. Whilst noting that it is legitimate to have such ambitions, the Governor, however, said his administration unwaveringly committed to delivering on its electoral promises. Hence, he will not allow any activity to undermine the implementation of the Building a Future Together agenda. Governor Abiodun counseled that those who cannot wait till the appropriate time for 2023 electioneering process are free to take their leave to pursue their ambitions without hampering the implementation of government programs and activities. This is the news that's
àti kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Túndé ni o, ó ti sọ fún kọ́ra àwọn apẹ̀fọ́ nítorí ẹ̀rù ìbá ń bà mí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí aláboyún, kò yẹ kí ìbá dúró sí mi lára. Túndé máa sọ pé.
Ó máa sọ pé kí ni tí mo kò kí ni mo kì í tí mo kò kò yẹn á pa àwọn bà.
Ọ̀gá Túndé, ṣé ẹ fẹ́ kọ́mọ tí yín wọ̀n darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà àádọ́rùn-ún èèyàn tí àwọn ìgbà ti pa nílẹ̀ wa yìí? Àwọn aboyún nìkan kọ́ ló yẹ kó máa sùn sínú àwọn apẹ̀fọn. Á dẹ̀ rí wípé àyíká wa ó tónítóní, kò sí omi ìdọ̀tí tó dá ogún tí ẹ̀fọn lè máa yín ẹyin sí nínú. Ṣaléwá, ṣé o ti lọ forúkọ sílẹ̀ ní ilé ìwòsàn ìtọ́jú aláboyún? Wọ́n fún ẹ ní àwọn apẹ̀fọn.
Ní kíákíá báyìí, mo ń mú lọ láti lọ forúkọ sílẹ̀ nílé ìwòsàn ìtọ́jú aláboyún.
Ló sọ àwọn bàṣírí òun máa sùn sínú àwọn apẹ̀fọn lálaalẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ polongo àwọn ìbápẹ̀fọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú mi nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà.
Welcome back. Members of the Nigerian Television Authority Retirees Forum has celebrated one of their own, Engineer Yomi Falano, who clocked the age of 80. Engineer Yomi Falano came to Idiaba's residence in Abeokuta, paid host to members of the Retirees Forum of NTA Abeokuta, who came to rejoice with the elder statesman who just joined the octogenarian age. Though the visit was a big surprise to the celebrant, members of the forum shared their beautiful moment with him, singing and dancing. They also presented a beautiful package to the celebrant and prayed God to grant him more long life, joy, peace, and good health.
God bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you.
The octogenarian Engineer Yomi Falano retired from the service of NTA as a Chief Technical Officer in 2001. And now sports. Ogun State chapter of the Sports Writers Association, SWAM, has commenced activities marking the 2021 week of the association. Muiwa Omoge reports that a week-long program kick-started with a public lecture. His report is represented.
In a lecture entitled Quality Legislation Towards a Sustainable Sport Policy in Nigeria, Speaker Ogun State House of Assembly Olakunle Oluomo promised to support Ogun SWAN with quality legislation that will further promote sporting activities in the state, youth readiness, but also employment generation.
In the sport council fields, there are some practices that will have advanced sports more than where it is, but it is being hampered by inadequate law, then they are free. Even the open door policy of the legislators of assembly to put on something, and that thing can eventually become the law.
Ogun State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Abdulwahid Odushile, while urging sports writers to continue to promote the giant stride of the current administration in the state, especially in sports development, also charged the association to build the capacity of its members.
As partners in our effort to develop sports and encourage our youth and produce outstanding sportswomen and women in Ogun State.
Our members in Ogun State have been consistent, loyal, and supportive. And of course, together with their support, we've been able to reach out and, of course, put this together. Don't forget that we now have a Swan Estate going into phase 2. And, of course, organized sporting competitions among ourselves. We've been organizing what we call a sport forum, where we bring sport personalities to talk about way forward for Nigerian sport.
Activities marking the 2021 Ogun Swan Week continues.
That's it on Channel 12 News tonight. I'm Ayala Balogun. Thanks for being there.
Where you go? What's happened now? I don't tell Tony say make him buy mosquito net. As a pregnant woman, I'm not supposed to enter my body. If I talk, Tony go talk say.
Tony go talk say wetin? My people say me see wahala. Where I go make my concussion 1 and 2 together. Where I go take the concussion cure the malaria.
Concussion to prevent malaria, abi?
Naina.
How about that? It will make your unborn pikin join the over 300,000 people wey malaria don kill for this country. We must make sure say our